what's really interesting is we had this guy, I think it was Burroughs, Officer Burroughs, and he made a point to say exactly what Carrie said. And I think Proctor just took it way too overboard with, like finding, his obsession with glass and clear glass taillight shit. I mean, those taillights, like, we know only two of them were a consistent match, but like, Sergeant Burroughs made such a clear and succinct, like, statement that what he observed was not a completely damaged taillight. The prosecution literally wants us to believe that her taillight is dismantled. Hence, the 40 pieces found at 34 Fairview. And this is the best part. 40 pieces found at 34 Fairview over just like 3 weeks while the crime's, like, it's not even a crime scene and Proctor just is there. Why? We don't know. His excuse is that the snow is melting. Maybe he'd find more. So you find the biggest pieces of this taillight. But don't you remember from like 2 days before when the car was already at Sallyport and had been towed, driven through a blizzard, like 80 miles, up and down, that the Commonwealth wanted us to like be like, oh yeah, there is tail light on her bumper. Because today, which doesn't make sense, we were all like, you really think the little like cocktail glass thing and like some of her tail light is actually gonna stick to her bumper throughout all of that, through searching in the morning, through all, I mean, come on. So the Commonwealth was showing that video where Karen Reed backs into John O'Keefe's car. And they're saying, did you see any red on the ground? Meaning, she didn't break her taillight there. That her taillight was already broken because they didn't see glass on the ground. But you guys, the Commonwealth, hey you guys, Commonwealth, what if it stuck to the bumper? What if it stuck to the bumper like you wanted us to believe with all your little tail light fragments that have magically popped up? Yeah, could have just been on the bumper. So all of a sudden, you can prove that the tail light didn't break, and the way she hit John O'Keefe's car from the appearance in the ring footage from his garage of her pulling her Lexus out of the garage, backing into his like Chevy, it would be the type of damage exactly what Detective Burroughs or Police Officer Burroughs said, and what Carrie Roberts said, and what Jen McCabe initially said. The tail light hole just kept growing. It's like, do we need tail light rejuvenation over here? We having tail light babies? What is going on? So if you want us to believe that you can prove she didn't break her taillight there because there wasn't glass on the ground, maybe you should remember 2 days ago when you were like, yes, we had to go back 3 weeks in a row. That's how we found the taillight. We had to go back 40 because it wasn't seen. You see what I'm saying? Like, if they want us to believe that the taillight was not broken when she pulled out because we didn't see a piece of glass on the snow in the ring video, maybe it was on the bumper and stuck there for 80 miles like you wanted us to believe the other day. Or maybe it was just so snowy and you couldn't see it because your side, Commonwealth, was the one who found 40 pieces, taking them out of Grandma Agatha's bag. Why is this case like, I just can't stop with the Halloween Town references. I have to move on to Xenon Girl of the 21st Century. Like Zetus Lapidus. Marge? I feel like there should be a Marge Albert. Scratch that. I want a Marge McCabe. So today, the courtroom started off with fireworks. And there's a creator, I'll try to find and tag in the comments, who posted the whole video. But basically, the Commonwealth misrepresented something that Yannetti had said regarding the canine DNA. And now, so the Commonwealth was basically trying to be like, we can't, use this witness that the defense wants to use about canine DNA because they said canine DNA won't be part of the picture. So Yannetti pointed out it's the second misrepresentation and gave us the actual quote. And the judge didn't want any showboating, but Yannetti needed to clear his name, and it was the judge's order that any of the witnesses from the federal investigation, they could not get their opinion. So they only submitted the only report they had. So for the judge to be like arguing against her own orders. So not only did the Commonwealth submit a motion to the judge that misrepresented what Yannetti said, because they were definitely planning to use a canine DNA expert, but they were following the judge's orders. They are not allowed to hear those opinions or talk to them about them until they're on the stand. So all they have is what was from the federal investigation to hand over to the judge. The second misrepresentation submitted to the jury, the inverted video. And then, of course, the disgusting text with Proctor, which honestly, this case, done deal, thrown out. You're biased. You did not investigate this right. You didn't collect evidence right. You went physically through her phone. It wasn't even a mirror, like forensics. That's not how it works. You were, I think, texting. Oh my God, I'm not even going to repeat what he said because it's so deplorable and it echoes a lot of what I see these stupid Bostoners who are I don't know, I think they're being paid by the Alberts. Maybe the Alberts said, just kidding. I was like, I did get attacked on the subway. What if it's targeted? It would never happen. Albert, you come near me, I will literally donkey kick you so hard in your dick. And then I'll mace you in the eye with bear spray, and then I will stick a bottle of Windex in your asshole and start spraying it until it gets into your bloodstream. Stay away from me. And don't send me threatening messages. You're not supposed to be on social media.